IT often helps create wealth at least four ways. It can reduce transaction cost, it can reduce production cost, it can create better information, and it can create more timely information. Most activities a firm conducts fall into three broad categories of a very simple version of the supply chain. The first stage, the firm purchases inputs from its suppliers. The second stage is where the firm converts its inputs into goods or services. This conversion is what we call production. And the third stage is where the firm sells its output to the consumers. Let's look at examples of how the firm could use IT to create wealth at each stage of that simple supply chain. Let's start first with the interactions between the firm and input markets or its suppliers. Digital purchase orders can reduce the transaction cost of acquiring inputs. By collecting and analyzing data about interactions with suppliers, a firm can learn which suppliers cause problems and which suppliers do not. This information can improve future decisions about which suppliers to use and which to avoid. By using IT to scan inputs, the firm reduces the transaction cost of monitoring the quality of inputs. By comparing the traits of valuable employees with keywords on resumes, the firm can reduce the transaction cost of screening employees. IT can also help improve production. One way to do it is by moving information. By providing crucial information at the right time to the decider, will help the decider make more profitable decisions. Moving information electronically can also reduce cost by eliminating paper, administrative assistants, and middle managers. Digital processes can also reduce production cost. Automation of an activity, there may be a fixed cost for the machine, but over the lifetime of the production run, that the cost of using the machine and automation may be lower than a more labor-intensive way to produce. IT can also help employers learn about employees. Aligning interest of employers and owners is an ongoing struggle. By using IT to measure the activities of employees, the firm can identify and reward employees doing what the firm wants them to do. By using IT to measure the output of employees, the firm can identify and reward employees achieving what the firm wants them to achieve. The firm can learn more generally about, or IT can help the firm IT can help the firm learn more generally about production. By collecting and analyzing data about production, the firm can learn which plants and processes cause problems and which plants do not. This information can help improve future decisions about which plants and processes to use in the future and which to avoid. Interaction with consumers can benefit from IT. Digital checkout reduces the transactions cost of selling output. Digital scripts can increase sales by giving employees a flowchart to follow when interacting with consumers. By making one step contingent on the earlier steps, the flowchart can direct employees to sell low-hanging fruit and address issues that are most likely of concern to the consumer. IT is a great way to learn about consumers. By collecting and analyzing data about interactions with consumers, a firm can learn the characteristics of buyers, which attributes in a product they value highly and which they value little, what motivates a purchase, and how responsive they are to price and advertising campaigns. This information can improve decisions about product design, innovation, and pricing. IT is a valuable tool in advertising. Advertising reduces the transactions costs consumers pay when trying to find and to learn about suppliers. Advertising also helps a firm brand itself. Branding may allow the firm to capture more of wealth, even if it does not create wealth. IT can engage the consumer. By having consumers join conversations or contests in social media, the firm learns about consumers and builds brand. Finally, sometimes IT almost is the product. Or if you're delivering digital content, you're talking about, back it up. IT is perfectly designed to deliver digital content. Anything that can be digitized is an information good. Examples of information goods are computer games, movies, music, books, and newspapers. IT can reproduce and deliver a digitized information good at low cost. Therefore, using IT to deliver information cost reduces cost. Moreover, firms may be able to charge higher prices for content delivered by IT because content delivered by IT can contain features that are not possible otherwise. IT can reproduce and deliver information costs at, IT can reproduce and deliver information goods at low cost. Therefore, online delivery of free samples is a great way to engage the consumer, especially when the consumer wants to judge the quality of the product before making a purchase. The key for the firm is to give the consumer enough to convince the consumer the product is really good without giving them so much they see no reason to purchase. The firm wants to whet the appetite, not sate it. Did it again. Sorry, y'all. I keep clicking the wrong button here.